educating people and speaking to reach more people at once is such a great way to attract a flow of patients or clients you'd love to work with. But how do you go about doing that? And especially if, even though you love to teach and educate, it feels like it would be a lot of work to do that. So one thing about it is that you don't have to come up with a lot of different topics or talks to speak about. You just need to have one. You just need to have one good angle of a topic and one signature talk that you can give over and over again in front of different audiences, and that you would feel really comfortable about giving just one signature talk really dialed in. Another common mistake I see is feeling, okay, I would love to speak and educate. I see myself doing that, but how do I get going? Where do I get these opportunities? So you have two choices. You could either host talks yourself. These could be in person or they could be online, like in a webinar. Or you could get booked elsewhere where organizations invite you to speak. So a drawback of booking your own talks is that you have to do all the legwork of trying to get people to show up. Whereas if you are speaking in front of someone else's audience, you only need to get those opportunities. You don't need to do all that legwork of trying to get people to show up. And when you show up, people see you as an expert because you're the guest speaker. So they automatically see you in a different limelight. One common mistake I see a lot of holistic health practitioners make with this is to go straight to, where do I get booked? How do I find opportunities then? Which is step two, instead of paying attention to the first step. And what can happen is wondering, how come I'm getting booked for these opportunities, but it's not translating into patients or clients, or I'm having a hard time getting booked? It's because of not paying attention to the first step. So what is the first step? The first step is really looking at what is a good angle of a topic that would be interesting and engaging. And then dialing it in so that you have a signature talk around that. So what is a good angle of a topic? And when we normally think about this, many times we might just come up with something because, okay, that seems interesting. But what's often missing is having a good process in place for this. So it helps to have a process for distilling down what is a good angle of a topic that would be interesting and engaging. And it's not just like yet another talk on whether it's like weight loss or back pain, or, I mean, how many of you hear of a talk like that and you just either roll your eyes or you think, oh gosh, not another talk on that thing, right? So this is where having a good angle of a topic is super helpful to attracting people you enjoy working with. For example, when we work with our clients, the first thing we work on is a read your ideal client's mind process that helps you be able to, that along with a few other factors, then be able to shape the angle of the topic for you to speak on that could actually attract the people you enjoy working with the most. And this is something that isn't usually just a natural skill set. This is not something that is usually easy to figure out yourself. It's usually something that helps to have pulled out of you. One of our clients was having trouble with choosing a good angle of a topic. And she's working at another job and then wanting to get her functional medicine side of the practice going. And once we did this read your ideal client's mind process, and we also dialed in what to shape her topic around, she ended up doing 3 talks in front of small audiences and ended up making $24,000 from just these 3 webinars. So you don't need to have a huge audience It's just a matter of having something really dialed in that supports inspiring patients you love to work with to want to work with you. So this is something that we help our clients with in our six-figure speaking makeover mentorship for introverts. And so that is the first step. Then we could look at the second step, which is getting you booked and invited to speak at opportunities. So we start putting yourself on the map. And then the third step is then dialing what you're saying so it does translate into patients or clients. Because it's one thing to just educate versus educate and inspire new patients or clients to come from it. So, and I'm super excited about our next cohort of our mentorship coming up. And if you are either in a place where you're at a plateau in your practice and you just feel this bubbling up inside you, where you feel like you're meant to be sharing what you can help people with in a much bigger way with more people, and you really see yourself as someone who is a part of a movement, not just like, I'm going to see more patients, but also a bigger movement of where our healthcare system is shifting and changing. And it's really exciting because there are people more interested in seeking integrative options, but they don't know about you. And so if you're feeling like you're at a plateau, you would love to fill up your practice with more consistency, or you would love to fill up your associates' practices, or maybe you would love to be doing something else aside from seeing more patients one-on-one, like you would love to be teaching and educating or bringing in another stream of income now. But how do you get the word out? So one great way to get the word out about that, whether it's for your paid workshops that you would love to be helping people with and charging for, whether it is group programs, whether it's an automated online course, whether it's products or herbs or supplements that you could help people with and make another stream of income from, one great way to get the word out is by speaking and educating people, like reaching more people at once that way. I'm excited to help with putting a repeatable process in place that brings in more patients and another stream of income by speaking in this mentorship. And so if you feel drawn to it or would like to have more details, then feel free to DM me or reach us at introvertedvisionary.com and then book a free chat with us, and happy to see how we can help you with growing your practice faster and with less stress as well. So till next time.